Everyone, welcome to my new video. In today's video we will see the setup of the UXG Pro from start, like how to reset the UXG Pro and how to adopt it on the controller. First we will reset the UXG Pro and then set up the internet connection and see how you can adopt on the hosted controller or any other UniFi controller. Here is the UXG Pro which I have mounted on my rack, and I have a CloudKey Gen 2 Plus, UniFi Switch 24 PoE, port PoE, and here we can see the reset button at the top of the UXG Pro. Like you have to just reset it with the paper clip. So you can see the connections. This is my WAN connection SFP plus, and this is my LAN connection which is connected to the UniFi Switch 24 PoE to the SFP plus DAC cable. So here is how you can reset the UXG Pro by pressing the reset button for around 10 to 15 seconds with the paper clip. Here I have to just use the paper clip to press the reset button for around 10 seconds. So I am pressing the reset button for around 10 seconds, and as soon as I press the reset button for around 10 seconds, you can see the 1.3-inch screen says resetting to factory defaults. So this is how you can reset the UXG Pro by pressing the reset button with the paper clip for around 10 to 15 seconds. So it is resetting now. So we'll back to the screen and see the adoption process, how you can adopt the UXG Pro and set up an internet connection. So the UXG Pro has been reset successfully. So now we will try to adopt the UXG Pro and set up the internet connection. So here we will access the UXG Pro with its default IP of 192.168.1.1. So you can see the setup page, UniFi next generation Gateway Pro setup. You can give the device name. Here is the one thing, if you have a UniFi console, you can just directly go to the console and click to adopt, but we don't have UniFi console. We will manually connect to the UniFi networks. Okay, we'll click on we can see the options, manually connect to UniFi network and other setup options. So if you click on other setup options, here you have to set up your triple PoE connection, WAN connection. So I have ISP as a triple PoE, so I will set up the triple PoE connection. So my main ISP connection is connected to the port 3 of SFP port, so I will choose that, and I will set the link speed as auto negotiation default, and I will set the DNS server as my Raspberry Pi Pi-hole, so I will give as 192.168.1.213, and the DNS server I will use as the Google DNS, and the username and password as my triple PoE username and password. Now I have to apply the changes. After applying the changes, it will connect to the internet. So internet has been connected, and your UXG UniFi next generation Gateway Pro is connected to the internet. We'll click next, and I will connect to them manually to the UniFi networks. So here it asks me options, whether you are which type of UniFi console are you using. So you can choose, if you have a CloudKey or UniFi Cloud, you can choose these options, but I'm running on the self-hosted HostifI controller. I will choose this option. And here is the one thing, you have to put your fully qualified FQDN name, controller host name. So that thing you need to make sure you put the correct thing, or you can even put your IP address. So here I can put my domain name, and the port should be 84843. So when you try to adopt the UXG Pro through the GUI method, the port should be 8443, but everyone get confused, and they try to adopt the UXG Pro via CLI using SSH method, and they use the same port 8443. But through the CLI you have to use 8080 port, and through the GUI setup you have to only use 8443. And here it asks my UI account or local admin username and password. So I will put my UI account because I have remote access enabled and I have set up the UI account. and it asks for the 2FA because I have 2FA authentication on that. So it is connecting to the network application. So here is the case. So you see it says fail to authenticate. Like when you try to adopt on the UXG Pro on the hosted controller, most of the time it's failed to authenticate. So there are also other way you can adopt the UXG Pro. I can try again, click on try again and try to connect to the network application, but still it fails. So we will have to try the SSH method. So here I have a terminal open. So what I'll do, I will SSH into the UXG Pro, SSH root. So the UXG Pro has a different default username and password unlike other UniFi devices. Like if you get UDM Pro, UDR, UDM SE, UDM base and the UXG Pro, they have the username as root and password as the Ubiquiti. So I am SSHing into the UXG Pro via terminal, SSH root at IP address 192.168. Okay, it says host key verification failed. So we will check. Password is Ubiquiti. So I'm into the UXG Pro SSH. I can check the info command. It says unreachable at the moment. I can ping to the Google. It is working. So I'll try to set in format. Port should be 800 when you SSH and set in format. I will set in format twice. So now I will log into my UniFi controller and I will enter the 2FA. So I'm into the SSH and here it's saying, let's see if I can remove and try to adopt it. So I've removed the UXG Pro and it says click to adopt. So I will click adopt and I'll try to adopt it and see if it's adopt or not. So I forgot to remove the UXG Pro from the controller first after reset. So that's why I have to remove it first. So I have just removed it and it came back as click to adopt. So I have hit adopt and it's adopting. Right now it's getting ready. So we'll wait and see if it's get adopt or not. So it is getting ready, provisioning, and see the ports connection, port management. So right now I'm getting internet connection also. I will refresh the screen also. Yeah, so the UXG Pro is successfully adopted. Right now I'm also running the latest version. You can see here. So the internet is working. So that is how you can adopt the UXG Pro successfully after reset, either through the GUI or through the SSH method. But you have seen, if you have a UXG Pro adopted before and it is on the controller showing, so you have to first remove it from the controller and then you have to add it again. So yeah, that's it. You can adopt the UXG Pro on the controller, whether it is on hosted controller or it is on cloud key or it is on UniFi console. So this is how you can adopt the UXG Pro and manage it on the controller. And so yeah, that's it for today's video. I think you won't get any other issues in adoptions anymore, because right now we have seen all the process of the adoption. It's a very easy process, but somehow different than any other UniFi devices you have to. But if you have a UniFi controller, UniFi cloud key, you will see if you are on the same local network, you will see the UXG Pro showing as pending adoption directly on that UniFi console. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you will like this video. Please like, share and comment down if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.